what happened to me. Getting smacked by Suge Smith.
Chris, I apologize to you.
It happened. I got smacked like a year ago.
Will Smith was hurt and embarrassed after Chris Rock addressed the Oscars Slapgate scandal a year later in the Netflix special, Selective Outrage. He had already apologized and would like for Chris to let it go. Stay tuned as we've got all the juicy details. Chris Rock ended his Netflix special with direct aim at Will Smith regarding the slap he received from Will at the 2022 Oscars. During the special, Chris Rock referenced the cheating rumors involving Will Smith and his wife Jada Pinkett Smith that surfaced in 2020.
I didn't have any entanglements. And his wife was fucking her son's friend.
Following the show, an insider told Entertainment Tonight that Will Smith is upset that Chris Rock brought up the slap, despite the fact that Will Smith had apologized to him in an emotional video on YouTube shortly after the incident occurred.
Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
Chris Rock had not addressed the incident at all until his Netflix special. He saved it all for the stage. He waited one whole year later. While Will Smith addressed the incident a day after it happened and following his 10-year ban from the Oscars, he apologized to Chris once more. It seemed as though Will Smith was expecting Chris Rock to reach out to him first so they could sit and have a real talk instead of Chris using his platform to address the issue.
I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out.
Will stated in his YouTube apology that he reached out to Chris and he was told that when Chris is ready to talk he will reach out. So, perhaps Will was expecting to hear back from Chris privately so they could settle the matter and not rehash things publicly. Seems like they both have a difference in understanding of the term reach out. Chris did reach out, but to millions including Will. Perhaps Chris didn't feel like he owed it to Will to have a heart-to-heart and wanted to do things on his own terms. Will has always been that guy. He wants to have a perfect image and probably would do anything not to relive that horrible incident again. A source told Entertainment Tonight that Will is embarrassed and hurt by what Chris said about him and his family in his Netflix special. He didn't watch it, but he had people tell him what Chris said.
She hurt him way more than he hurt me.
He feels like that's enough and wants Chris to move on, so that he and everyone else can too, shared the source.
Everybody called him a bitch. They called his wife a predator. Everybody called him a... And who's he hit? Me.
The source continued, Will apologized to Chris and would like for Chris to let it go. Will has worked on himself and he is banned by the Oscars for 10 years. Will didn't like that Netflix was on board with this as they gave Chris Rock the platform to express his views. The source stated that Will is also upset that Netflix was a part of this and thinks Chris insulting Jada again is below the belt. The source shared. He is upset that Netflix gave Chris this platform to share these messages and thinks it's distasteful. Chris didn't hold out 1 year for nothing as many have anticipated his response and were well receptive to it. And according to a source that spoke to Entertainment Tonight, Chris said everything he wanted to say and now he's ready to move on. Do you think that Chris waited too long to address the incident? Do you think he should have reached out to Will first? Drop your comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Catch up on more juicy celebrity business in the next video.